Peace. Good evening. It's the Hood Mystic. Today we're discussing this solar eclipse, which is happening February 15th, 2018. Coming off the heels of a eclipse cycle that's been lasting since 2015 with the 4 blood moons and the eclipses that happened in 2017. That whole cycle is finished and we starting a whole new cycle. A solar eclipse, it jumps off in Aquarius 2018. So this is the conversation, this is the build. Want to talk about this now. Don't want to let it creep up on you and then you trying to figure out what to do. So right now it is February 3rd, 2018, and we're just going to keep the conversation forward. Not going to dwell on the past, just going to keep the conversation present so we can begin to move forward in this conscious community. We are having a solar eclipse in Aquarius. Let's first talk about Aquarius and the symbolisms. Now, Aquarius is a wild sign. It's ruled by the planet Uranus. It's an air sign, so it's a lot of mental. It's a mental sign. It's not. When you mental, that means you can think on things and you unpredictable. You just never know how you coming. That's that Aquarius energy. It's ruled by the planet Uranus, and Uranus is all about change and upheaval. Uranus is known as the Great Awakener. So putting Uranus on top of Aquarius, then you got some volatile energy. And when I say volatile, I don't mean causing a bomb. I mean surrendering, liberation, and freedom. And to a person that's oppressing you and subduing you, of course they're gonna call it volatile or dangerous or risky or what have you. So at this point, we need to start talking about different strategies and different points of views that could actually free us from this matrix. And the Aquarius energy is that energy that's on the planet that will allow us to free ourselves. Now, there's a problem with that. And throughout this presentation, I will be sipping tea, so I'm gonna have to take a tea break right now. So good. The problem with Aquarius is that niggas in particular do not like change. They rather sit back and complain about a horrible situation than to do something about it. But you don't think that the spirits know that? You understand? So every once in a while, Aquarius has to come around and shake you up off of your ass. And that could be an Aquarius energy, an Aquarius person. You understand what I'm saying? But the energy is about liberating yourself and really becoming free. So today we don't talk about, in these builds, we don't talk about every single goddamn planet. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't want to drone on. I already got 12 slides. So, and I know niggas got ADD and they don't want to sit and listen to nobody talk about astrology all day. So for that, we're just going to talk about 4 major transits, 4 major aspects, and how they might affect you coming into this new moon. Like I said, we're dealing with a solar eclipse in Aquarius on February 15th, 2018, 4 p.m. Eastern time. We have a partial solar eclipse. A solar eclipse is when the moon passes in between the earth and the sun and blocks the view of the earth. Now, we won't be able to see this in the United States. The only place that would be able to see this is South America. So if you live in South America, you're able to see a partial eclipse. But if you don't live in South America, we just get to talk about the shit. So we're talking about it. Like with any other new moon, the solar eclipse is a time for setting intentions, using the energy available to bring about a personal transformation. And this is a solar eclipse, so that means that the energy is a little bit more heavier. Eclipse, every 177 days or so, we have an eclipse. We might not be able to see it, and if you're not in astrology, there's no real reason to talk about it. But since we are in astrology, and since we are here to do the work, it's good to talk about it so we can know when the energy is lit, when the energy is strong, and the energy is powerful. Now, let me talk about new moons and dark moons and shit like that, because the conscious community, they get so geeked up off of full moons, cause they just be like, oh, I'm about to do this spell, I'm about to light this candle and get these herbs and all of that. But when a new moon come, new moon solar eclipse, you know, you want to argue with your baby daddy. Why though? That's my question. Like, why won't you get the candles and the herbs and the rituals for the new moon? Because this is the last video I was talking about a lunar eclipse. And I said how the moon, when it's full, it's 100% illuminated, meaning you can fully see everything that you need to see. And it's up to you whether you want to change or not, because I'm not the one that's going to go crazy. You understand? It's going to be you having to face them demons and having to look in the mirror. So with that being said, it's important for us all to understand that new moons represent a time to set intentions, a time to do work. Solar eclipse new moons, meaning that the things that you really want to manifest, you want to set those intentions and bring that stuff into work. Now, you could not be into it at all, and that's fine. But that's not what the conversation is about. The conversation that I'm having is about using this astrology to advance yourself, to know what's coming around the corner. But we're going to get into it. We're just now getting started. So if you are now just tuning in, this is the Hood Mystic. This is This Week in Astrology. And we're talking everything solar eclipse in Aquarius that's happening February 15th. 2018. I'm telling you, it is going to be a glorious event, and there's so much energy tied up into this month of February that, you know, a nigga like me just got some popcorn. Like, I'm just watching it like, what's really happening? It's this song, man, by The Fifth Dimension. They got a song called The Age of Aquarius. It's the jam, man. And they did that song in like the 1950s, but you can play that song today and still jam to it, because it's truth. You understand? The Age of Aquarius, well, let me go back up here. The Age of Aquarius happened, well, the onset of it was 12/21/2012. And this was a Mayan prophecy. You understand? And so from 2012 till now, you can kind of see the shift in the consciousness of the people in the world. I'm sure in 2012, you was going to church and doing all of these different things. And now you out here burning incense, lighting candles, burning sage and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's a real big difference, because I'm sure if somebody would have came to you in 2011 and said, you gonna be talking shit about Jesus one day, you would have smacked them down. Like, never. I would never say nothing about Jesus Christ. What is wrong with you? But now you out here damn near Satan incarnate, like, just doing the most. But that's because we are entering an age where that shit don't matter no more. That Jesus stuff, it just don't matter no more. The church stuff, it just don't matter no more. When we was growing up, it really mattered. You feel me? Like, it really mattered. But the world is changing. Just like if we was born in 1865 and we said, you know, one day we ain't gonna be driving, we ain't gonna have no horses with the buggy. We gonna have motor powered vehicles that drive us around on paved roads. You know, Jimbo would have looked at you like you was a damn fool. Like, ain't no way. I'm gonna be riding this horse for the rest of my life. Because generations, thousands of years of humanity and people got along by horses and horses alone. So now you have a system such as church that does not hold the same weight. It does not hold the same power. And so as that idea is collapsing, you still have to figure your spiritual life out. And so and you cannot just hope that by giving the pastor 10% of your funds is going to get you into heaven no more. You actually have to do shit now to get you into heaven. You actually have to be God. That's why people is quote unquote woke, calling themselves God, because that is the time that we are in. And we don't mean God as a negative being that is here to punish. When people pray to God, like, people need God. You understand? People need some guidance. And so that is our jobs as humans, to be the guiding force, to be that guiding light. And so you either on one side of this thing, you either the helper or you need help. You understand? So Age of Aquarius is about being honest. You understand? About being free. You understand? Because you could be in a situation and not know what the fuck is going on, where you're headed. That is prison. You understand? Because you have no control of your destiny. And if you have a mind and you can think and you listening to this video, that means that you are in control of your destiny. And if you are giving your destiny away to somebody, some idea, some belief that has nothing to do with you, and nothing to do with your neighbor, nothing to do with your kids, nothing to do with uplifting humanity, but it's a structure, it's a system that's been placed in front of you that you've been trying to achieve, bro. Like, you don't see the insanity yet. And that's why you depressed. That's why you sad. Because you are in prison and not even knowing it, and you trying to make the best of prison. The Age of Aquarius is going to free you from that prison, whether you like it or not, whether you understand that you're in a prison or not. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. Okay? Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. So everything Aquarius is sending out, it is sanctioned by Uranus's characteristics. So when you have a new moon in Uranus, then you are dealing with the energy of Uranus twofold. The sun energy, which represents I am, and the moon energy, which represents I feel. I am and I feel like shit needs to change for me now. And what are you going to do about it? Because the energy is here. I'm just laying out the energy. These are not my words. This is what the energy is speaking to. And it makes sense to me. We also have Jupiter in Scorpio. It is square Jupiter in Scorpio. Jupiter in Scorpio is the transit. If you don't know, you can check out my YouTube page. I did a expose on the Harvey Weinstein and all of that. All that Harvey Weinstein, sexual allegations, mistreating of children, and all of that is Jupiter in Scorpio. That is a light and darkness, and you niggas rather keep the dark. Y'all rather keep the lights off. Y'all rather not even know that people is getting sexually abused and that shit. So when you hear about it, you like, you just get upset instead of realizing that this shit is going on. So all the times that you walk past people and not checking on your family, checking on your folks, and you really don't give a shit. So when you see it, it makes you upset. But this is an opportunity for us to make a change in children's lives, people's lives, because, you could be there for somebody and save them from being sexually trafficked. You could be there for somebody and really overcome some obstacles in your life because you may not be a sexual deviant, but you may have a problem or an issue Jupiter and Scorpio is shining a light on that issue. And it is not shining a light on that issue to make you feel bad. It is shining a light on that issue for you to change. The things that bother you, the things that disturb you, are the things that you need to do work on. You no longer can sit back and feel sorry for yourself. I am so sorry for you that you cannot do that. Because the energy just will not allow you to feel sorry for yourself. You have to get out your comfort zone and do the things that Jupiter is shining the light on in your Scorpio in your house. You need to figure it out. Because the shit that's happening that you're noticing is not to depress you. It's not to isolate you. It is strictly for you to see the things that you don't like and really change them. Are you strong enough? Do you have safe places to where to talk about the things that, I'm really not happy in this relationship. I'm really not happy in this job. I'm really not happy doing what I've been doing with these friends. I'm sick of these damn friends. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't never do shit. We don't do shit. We do the same thing. Like, are you willing to change that? That's what Jupiter and Scorpio is asking you. Now, let's talk about my mans in them. Shango. Because not only is it a solar eclipse, for the real niggas, it's a Shango eclipse. Because at the same time that this solar eclipse is happening, we got a Shango eclipse. Because we got Mars in Sagittarius, we got the North Node in Leo, and we got Neptune in Pisces. Let's talk about this further. Mars in Sagittarius is when your actions are focused, because Mars is pure action, pure satisfaction, pure just getting to it. When it is, so some people have Mars heavily aspected where they just up and they just get to it every day. They just, they just got that energy. And other people have Mars unaspected, and you can't get these niggas to do shit. Like, come on, bro. Like, get up off the couch, my guy. Like, let's do something. You understand what I'm saying? So that's Mars energy. You know what I'm saying? Some people go get her. Some people want to go get it. Some people lazy as fuck. You got Mars problems, my guy. But this in particular, Mars is in Sagittarius. It is trine the North Node. So Mars Sagittarius is future minded by itself because it's just an arrow. It's just an arrow just flying, just going somewhere. It's just a goddamn, the symbol Sagittarius is just a damn arrow. It ain't a nigga shooting the arrow. It ain't the bow and arrow. It's just a damn arrow just going somewhere. You understand? Mars is like a rocket on that goddamn arrow. You understand? And if I'm shooting something, if I'm shooting an arrow, that means I have to be future minded. You cannot shoot somebody in the past with an arrow. It just don't make no sense. That's impossible to hurt somebody in the past with a future arrow that I'm shooting. So Mars in Sagittarius is automatically future minded. The things that you're doing, the connections that you're making, all of that has something to do with the future. The people that's in your life right now, the connections that you're making, the people that you're talking to, has something to do with the future. Let me sip some tea, man. So good. Mars trine the North Node doubles down on this optimistic view of the future, because the North Node is about the future too. And when you have a trine is a talent. If Mars is trine something, so I just an example. A trine is like if I can sing real good, like I can sing to the stars. That's a trine, right? But if I can sing like a goddamn angel, what does that mean? It just means I can sing good. Doesn't mean I'm gonna be successful. Don't mean I'm gonna be rich. Don't mean I'm gonna get a recording contract. It don't mean shit. It just means that I can sing. I would need some different aspects to go along with that. I would need some go and get it. You know what I'm saying? Some favorable family relations. I would have to have a good relationship with my parents and all of that to be a successful music singer. You know what I'm saying? Singing is not anything. It's just talent. That's what a trine is. So when you have Mars and Sagittarius trine the North Node and Leo, then we almost naturally do the things that's happening now are for the future. Now you can be intuitive and introspective, like I have this gift, I have this talent, let me do something with the shit. You feel me? So that is more or less what this North Node, Mars and Sagittarius boiled down all into one thing is about. The things that's happening now is an indication of your future. So it's real shit going on, but there's also fantasies that's going on, and that's where the square with Neptune comes in. The Mars and Sagittarius square is saying, okay, I got this arrow, it got a rocket fuel on it, but is it towards some real shit or just some fantasy shit? You understand? Let me sip some tea before I say this. The real shit is the things that you're doing to empower your life. The fantasies is the relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend shit y'all be on. That's the fantasy. Thinking that your hope is in somebody else and putting all your hope in a relationship. Epic fail. So, it's this book. You need to get this book. Let me get the name real quick. Myth Astrology, Exploring Planets and Pantheons. This book is $245, but if you got it, spend it. You won't go wrong, because you'll know each and every transit and whatever deity that you need to be working with. You feel me? So Mars and Sagittarius in this Myth Astrology book by, let me get her name. She got a cool ass name. Raven Caldera. Myth Astrology by Raven Caldera. $245. There's more to this, but I just took a little excerpt. Shango, Mars and Sagittarius. So Shango rules this Mars and Sagittarius area. So it's a window. It started January 16th and it goes from like the end of May, Mars and Sagittarius. And that's just masculine energy. And masculine energy in the spiritual sense, it doesn't mean man energy. It just means energy that you may need to fuck some shit up. And you don't have to fuck other people up. You could fuck up poverty, fuck up the low self-esteem thought form that you done created, like kill that person. You know what I'm saying? You might have to ruin, some bad money management. You might have to kill a drug problem. You understand what I'm saying? This is what we use masculine energy for. We don't use masculine energy to manifest a lover. That's very basic and very childish and how you think about things if you only look at Shango for his physical attributes or view him as a man. Like, it's a disservice. He represents a whole energy, and masculine energy is necessary for balance. And so when we have balance, we can protect, defend, be prosperous, be abundant, make the right decisions, be strong, take care of our families, make love to our wives. You understand what I'm saying? Like, give good advice to our friends. You know what I'm saying? Hug our daughters. Like, do everything that we need to do as people. not as men or women. Men and women need to deal with masculine energy. Men and women need to deal with feminine energy. That's when people get it. Like when I hear people start talking about goddess and I'm a goddess and all of this weird ass shit, I'm just like, that's not what that doesn't serve us. It's only serving our self-esteem to a level to where we can just say we did some shit. But are you really, is spirituality the thing that is really improving your life and making sense? You understand what I'm saying? Or is it just some shit that you take pictures of and you talk about it on Facebook? Is it a real way of life? Is it something that, you know, you could use? You understand? And I'm not the only one using this Shango energy, because Shango is the god of lightning. And January something, a TV show came out. Guess what they called it? Black Lightning. And Black Lightning thought that life was about working as a janitor and taking care of his kids. That's all he thought life was about. Till his daughter joined the gang. And then he realized, well, shit, I've messed up my whole family life thinking I didn't even raise my children right. Because I'm making them think that everything in the world is real. And we goddamn superheroes with superpowers. And I'm trying to hide that and put that to the back burner. But once he seen his daughter join the gang, he was like, back to superhero mode. And that's what Shango is talking about. It's time to get back to the superhero mode. It's time to do everything and anything that you can do for your damn family. And your family is not the Jenkins or the Joneses or whatever surname you was born up under. If you listen to my last video, your family is the people who are going to the places that you are going to. Now it's time to put in that work. Use that masculine energy to bring forth what you can bring forth, and hopefully we all bringing forth our best energy towards the table and really like saving the goddamn world. You know, this Black Lightning is not a game. This Shango energy is not a game. This is the last slide, man. And we're going to finish talking about Shango and Oya. And I'm going to give you the story, and then I'm going to give you the undertones. And then I'm going to be done with this video. You feel me? I'm going to talk about Shango, because I got to talk about Shango. Shango was a man, a king. And he was a good ruler. And he died. And his rep grew in his death. And Shango had the ability to have all knowledge, to be a god. But he said, no, I just want to go back to Earth and help people. And so he performed many, many miracles, and he reached Orisha's status. And on his earthly life, he had 3 wives. He probably had many wives, but these are the 3 wives that people talk about. He had Oba, Oshun, and Oya. His first wife was Oba, the doting wife. He realized, I don't want a wife that just wants to dote on me because it's just not satisfying. I want something sexually. So he found Oshun. He realized that once you get past the overall sexual appetite is craved, it's nothing more. And she always wanted to be around him, and it just wasn't right for him. And so him not being sure on what girl to choose, it caused insecurity in them. So they fought, and they just fought, just fought all the goddamn time. They fought so much that Shango banished their ass. And so last week, I had a story about Oshun. I don't think it was last week. It might have been the week before last, where I was talking about Oshun. And she was wandering the wilderness. This is why she was wandering the wilderness, because she couldn't get along with the dynamics of the relationship, nor could Oba. He found Oya, and Oya was his speed. You feel me? Like, they never lived together. They just might cross paths, and because Shango was a busy person, and Oya, she had her shit too, and so she just everything to him. I'ma do me. And by them just doing them, they had an interdependent relationship, and that's where Shango found his happiness. And so that speaks to something, because it's not about the story, it's about you and what you can take from it. And what I took from it is that as children, we have an expectation of life. But as we get to around 28, maybe 28 to 33 range, we should come to a point to reevaluate the things that we need, so we do not look like the 45-year-old that missed his time trying to grab it back. And that's the most unattractive, whether it's a man or a woman. You ever see a person just not acting their age? Like, you still trying to make up for your childhood. But it's more people like that than you know. A lot of our parents are still trying to make up for their childhood. They're still trying to create this life. But you have to realize that it's not about Oba and Oshun. It's not about getting the image of what you desire. It is about getting something that is right for you. Right for you. Shango and Oya, they work right for each other. He need his space, she need her space. And this is how we are able to flourish. You will not flourish if you're in a relationship with somebody that won't let you be you. It's no way. A lot of people is in relationships where they suppressed and repressed and depressed. So it's important to use this Aquarius energy to liberate yourself from them old ass ideas. Aquarius is about change, liberation, and freedom. Keep it 100 with yourself. Just because you got a good ass job, you still ain't free. Just because you got a lot of money, mean you still ain't free. Because what did you have to do to get it? You understand? The only freedom that we have, the Aquarian age, is about helping one another. Aquarian age, when it's fully realized, all of humanity will realize that we are all the fucking same. We're all the same. We just at different levels, different points, but we all the same, essentially. And that's what the Aquarian age is about. So we've been stuck with the idea that we're all different. We're all special. I'm better than him because I'm a man. I'm better than her because I'm a woman. And all of this crazy ass shit. You feel me? Crazy. We all the same. That's what the Aquarian age is alerting us to. Now, a lot of us are not there yet. But, we'll get there sooner or later, man. I'm the Hood Mystic, man. This has been This Week in Astrology. I feel like there's a powerful message. I feel like somebody is hearing this message and need this message. You feel me? So make sure you do your research. Make sure you study. If you don't even know what planets or houses your astrology is at, you just be online searching for shit and you really don't know, you need to holler at somebody who knows, man. Holler at me, man. I can get you together. I do readings, tarot readings, astrology readings, chakra counseling. Email me, hoodmystic@gmail.com. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you tune in to my radio show too, man. We got a wonderful radio program, The Conscious Cove. The link will be in the bio or in the comments somewhere. We're on 10 a.m. on Sundays, 10 p.m. on Thursdays. Call in for your chance to get a free reading. We'll be having giveaways, and I do a horoscope on there too. So just make sure you tune in. We got a lot of different things happening and a lot of different things popping off, but we cannot do these things by ourselves. You know, you see the Hood Mystic and all of that, but it ain't just me. It's a whole team. We all working together. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just looking for more people that I can work with. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm still not done. I'm still looking for people to get to this bag with. You feel me? So holler at me. hoodmystic@gmail.com, www.hoodmystic.com. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. I'm gonna get back to this tea though. Y'all have a good night. Peace.